I don't mind being washed out myself. Welcome everyone once again to our week three of our Game of Thrones Rewind with me, Alex.
And me, Selina.
Hey! Excellent. So Selina, what did you think of this week's episode?
Well, I felt like they tried to cram in a lot of different storylines, but I felt unsatisfied. I mean, dissatisfied.
Yeah. It was a slower Game of Thrones episode, as we have seen in other seasons as well, where they take a very long time exposing certain things, which felt very long, I guess, compared to last week's episode, which was maybe even too fast, one would argue. So.
Well, and the problem is whenever they try to cram in lots of storylines, because they have so many different characters, you spend very little time with each character. So we saw Daenerys for all of 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. But she's already reached Bastithrak.
Yeah, but I mean, I was kind of surprised she wasn't there already.
Okay. No.
And
horses take a long time to get
started. And the conversation they had was nothing new.
Yeah.
We kind of figured that she's not allowed to go off and run into the world before she goes and becomes a Dosh Khaleen.
Yeah.
And there's going to be consequences.
There might be some tragic fate awaiting her.
But yeah, we'll see. I felt like this episode, and Daenerys' storyline is a part of it, was basically setting up all the storylines for this season.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got
Daenerys,
who's going to try to figure out a way to get out of this whole Dosh Khaleen thing.
Is to escape from the horse people.
We've got...
maybe make them into an army again.
Yeah. I mean, this is the best case scenario, which I have a feeling is something that's going to happen in the last episode of the season or something. Just going to turn around and come back with a horde of Dothraki. Then we've got what else happened?
We had Cersei and the small council playing a little immature game of ooh, who's in power?
Yeah.
Sorry, no. Continue.
Well, I was just going to say that wasn't particularly interesting. And I felt like that was one of the scenes that in this episode where there's a lot of chatting with nothing actually happening, which sometimes does happen with Game of Thrones. You do get those filler scenes, which are beautifully written, but don't advance the plot in any way, and this was one of them.
Yeah, we did just learn that Lady Olenna is back in King's Landing. So that could be interesting, hopefully. I don't know, I like her.
I do like her, but I feel like she's not really contributing much at the moment.
Well, she has not yet, no.
So we've got her. Then we have the really long scene, which was really cute and funny, with Tyrion and Missandei and Grey Worm.
Yeah.
But again, didn't really contribute in any way.
No. Which
at this point in the show, I kind of feel like every second counts.
Yeah.
There's a lot that needs to be told. And so, as funny and cute as those scenes might be, that's precious time they're taking away from actual plot advancement.
Yeah. And even the scene with Varys trying to figure out from the prostitute who was helping the Sons of the Harpy was maybe a bit unnecessary and not really.
It was, wasn't it? It was. I enjoyed that scene, but it just kind of showed his methods.
We kind of already know how Varys works, right?
Yeah.
Because he's done the same with previous prostitutes and even Sansa, right, in previous seasons.
Yeah, that whole scene wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
And then the same goes with that scene with Qyburn and the little birds.
I did like that, though, because now we know that Qyburn is being more of a political player as well as just a crazy mad scientist.
True. But I mean, we knew that he was the master of whispers. We know the little birds are kids, poor kids. So, again, didn't really bring anything.
No. Just let him be a creepy, slightly pedophilactic old man.
Things that were major plot points for this episode were the flashback with...
They teased the Tower of Joy, but didn't actually go into it.
Yeah. We saw it, we just didn't go in. But it seems pretty clear that the theories are true.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who are not familiar with the theories, so spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoilers incoming.
Basically, the theory is that Jon Snow is not Ned Stark's son, but in fact Lyanna Stark's son with Rhaegar Targaryen. thus making him Daenerys' half-brother.
The rightful king, no. Well, yeah, but...
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if bastards get king rights, but I guess he wouldn't really be a bastard. Well, I guess he sort of would.
Well, he is, because
married.
they weren't married, yeah. Because he was married to somebody else. His name I can't remember. I think the one from Dorne.
It would connect him a lot more to power and to legitimate bloodlines.
Yeah, and also it adds legitimacy to the theory that he is one of the dragon riders.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably getting Rhaegon, the Green Dragon. But again, that's all speculation, but it seems that all the fan theories are so far on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Jon Snow came back. That was one major fan theory. So, and the Lady Melisandre did say that she was wrong about Stannis being the Lord's Chosen, and that Jon Snow might be the Lord's Chosen.
Mm-hmm. But it did also seem like she was kind of grasping at straws, since her faith has been so shaken. And yet here was a clear demonstration again of it working. Right.
Yeah, so. And actually that whole scene, well, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much to the producers for giving us naked Jon Snow. I mean, it wasn't full frontal, but it was close enough. Yeah. So thank you. I'm going to assume there was no naked body double used in the scene. Okay. And if there was, I don't want to be corrected, so don't tell me. But also, I felt Davos was a bit rude. Yeah. To tell
being like, Melisandre, get out. Like, excuse me, she's the one who brought him back. Thank you very much.
I mean, she did give him a terrible haircut.
Yeah. But...
clearly, her haircutting skills are not as good as her resurrection skills.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I was like, whoa.
She's kind of important.
And I was surprised that she kind of let it fly, because that's not the Melisandre I know and love.
Yeah, but she has been very...
yeah, it's new.
Shook up.
Yeah.
Right. She's under all kinds of stress.
So yeah, that was that. And then Jon Snow also killed those other people.
Yep, the traitors were all hung.
Including a little boy who was really pissing me off.
Yeah, but didn't more people stab him than just 4?
I don't know. I don't remember.
It seemed like it, but maybe not.
I think they stabbed him more than once each, maybe. I don't know. There were a lot of stab wounds, and there were 4 people that were hung.
Yeah. Maybe.
We'll have to rewind.
I'd have to watch the end of the last season again.
But yeah, and then he quit.
Yep.
Which
is he's totally within his rights to do, apparently, since he did die. So
yeah. So
you get out of all kinds of things when you die.
So that was a very short tenure as Lord Commander.
Yep.
But he did a lot, and now I guess he's going back to Winterfell, which we now know Rickon is there.
Yeah.
First time we've seen him in a while.
Just quite scurry.
And unfortunately his direwolf died.
Yeah.
Which is the most upsetting thing for me, I think. When I still haven't recovered from Lady dying.
That was harsh.
Beginning of season 1. Oh. Although, did you know, apparently, side note, but the dog that played Lady was adopted by the actress who plays Sansa.
Oh, that's cute. No, I did not know that. Thank you.
So there was a happy ending.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there was that. So Rickon is back in Winterfell. Jon Snow is presumably headed that way. What else do we have? Marjorie is still rotting in a cell somewhere.
Yeah. We had the High Sparrow doing more maneuvering with the king again, calming him down from his little trying to be a man.
Although he seemed more sympathetic today. I think he...
Yeah, but the thing with him is, I think it's all political maneuvering.
Yeah, and he's
just, talking around the issues, basically.
That's true. Plus, the king is quite malleable.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just as easily manipulated, because I totally fell for it. I was like, High Sparrow, you're okay.
Yeah, no, it's just using those
and
things.
What's going on with Sir Loras? We haven't heard from him in a while, because he was arrested at the same time as Mark.
Yeah, well, he's also in a cell, but they don't care about him as much.
I guess he's off filming season 1 of some kind of superhero show that he's apparently a part of. Oh. So, there's that. Arya. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Arya.
Arya got her sight back after a very long training montage.
Yep. Getting beat up montage.
And, yeah, she got her sight back. and she's now officially no one.
Yep.
I mean, she passed the test. She drank that poison water.
Death water.
So...
And is now renounced of her old identity.
So I guess that means she really is no one now.
Yeah.
Because last time she wasn't,
Yeah.
and we were in on it.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, oh, maybe she totally has her now, so maybe that's it. She's
Depends
not...
on how the water works, I guess. But it's not, they're not really going to tell us exactly how the water works. So.
But we did see someone drink the water and die.
Yeah.
So, unless someone, like, spiked the water.
Yeah.
Which is
entirely possible in that.
Because we all know that Melisandre use those kind of tricks all the time. So, and we know that they use poisons and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and one last storyline was Sam and Gilly.
Yeah, Sam and Gilly.
So
basically nothing happened though, because they were like, well, I think it was revealed that they're heading back to Sam's home, and I guess Gilly was okay with that.
Yeah. So basically nothing happened. It's just they were telling us where they're going.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see more of the Tarleys, and we're gonna see
his asshole dad.
Yeah,
basically.
And I think also his potentially asshole brother as well.
Okay.
And then I guess
didn't mention him though.
No, but I think that's gonna happen.
Okay.
Mainly from what I've seen from the casting for this season.
Oh.
And then they're headed to Old Town, which
it's gonna be a maester.
Yeah. But that's it. So
but how long is it going to take him to be a maester, really? Is there going to be like a jump in time, you think, between the seasons or something? Or is he just going to be like shoved off to Old Town and be like...
I don't know. I imagine that it takes a while to become a maester because they're all old.
Yeah.
Except for...
I mean, it's basically like
old.
going to school.
Yeah, but like...
So, I mean,
like law school or something.
Yeah.
Or like med school. It's not like... It's like full on like...
Yeah, it's not your 4-year degree.
But he might kind of fast track.
Yeah.
Because...
That's true, he's pretty smart and learned it already. So.
Yeah. And plus he's coming from the Night's Watch, presumably to become the next Maester of the Night's Watch, which will now be Sans Jon Snow.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. But at least his friend is now...
well, but I don't know. I don't think Jon can actually do that. Right? Be like... Because didn't they have to vote people in?
Well, we only know they have to vote people in when the Lord Commander dies.
Okay.
Well, and technically, Jon Snow did die. That's how he resigned.
Yeah.
But who's to say that the Lord Commander cannot designate his successor? Because isn't that what was kind of happening with Commander Mormont, where he was grooming Jon Snow for command? So
that's true.
We know that the Masters of Yunka, basically Yunka and Astapor and Volantis have teamed up against Meereen.
Yeah, which isn't really any exciting information.
No, we kind of knew this.
Yeah.
They might fight back with dragons, I hope. That's, for me, the best case scenario.
Yeah. That's a really good idea, too, yeah. I mean, you let them go, so they can probably just be like...
Well, they didn't seem in a hurry to get anywhere.
No.
Plus that gateway, that doorway was really tiny, so... And they're pretty big now, so... Might have to, like...
Same with little Sam. The baby in the ship who grew up a lot real quick.
Oh yeah, that's true. We don't know how long they've been on it. Well, actually, we do know roughly how much time has passed because
they literally left right before Jon Snow died, right?
Yeah, and he didn't rot, so he's still pretty.
He was
fresh.
only dead for a few days, and now.
So yeah, but I mean,
he was literally only dead for like a day or two.
That's true, but
it's
sometimes the timelines they don't quite match.
Yeah.
Because there are times when a scene will one scene will end in King's Landing where they'll send a raven somewhere, and then the next scene will be somewhere really far away where they've received message and they're talking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
So sometimes
I guess the boat scene could have been far in the future.
And we don't know how long Jon Snow's been back.
Yeah.
But he still has a terrible haircut, so hopefully they'll fix that by the next episode. So that was it.
Sounds good.
So,
okay. Thank you for joining us for one more episode, and we'll see you again next week.
See you. Bye.